Well, the Niagara IceDogs have been known for the last few seasons as being a trade-happy organization. And today, well, they continued that trend as they've made a trade with the London Knights. They have sent Braidy Wassilyn to the Western Conference for St. Catharines native Noah Reid. It's a one-for-one, which surprises me a little bit here, considering Braidy Wassilyn, a projected first-round NHL pick in the upcoming 2026 NHL entry draft. Noah Reid, he is an NHL prospect, but he was selected in the third round of the NHL draft. So let's look at their numbers and just do a bit of a comparison here because I know there's some Niagara fans who are a little shocked by this announcement that Waselin is now off to the London Knights. But for Waselin this year, 6 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Not bad start for Braidy Wassilyn, considering in the offseason when he announced his commitment to Boston University, there were some who are wondering if he would even report to the Niagara IceDogs this season. Because remember, everything that happened last year, just a lot of unfortunate events with some off ice activities and players having to be sent out, players requesting trades. And from what I'm hearing, there's nothing to confirm this, is that Waselin was in favor of being moved out of St. Catharines. So the Ice Dogs finding a home with the London Knights, and in return, Noah Reid. He was a third round pick in the 2025 NHL entry draft of the Anaheim Ducks. This season, in 10 games, a goal and an assist. Last year, in his first year with the London Knights, 10 goals, 16 assists for 26 points in 45 games. So his numbers, not bad. But then when you look at Braidy Wasselin's rookie numbers from last year, 8 goals, 31 assists for 39 points. So he was more of a contributing player for the offense of this Niagara IceDogs team. So it's considered me a little surprised by how much Niagara is getting back in this deal. Because you have to think that a team would have offered maybe a bigger package for Waselin if they knew he was on the trade block, or unless Waselin said he only wanted to go to the London Knights. I'm not sure about those details, but a one-for-one here is a little surprising just with the caliber of player that Braidy Wassilyn is. And the fact that the Niagara Ice Dogs right now first in the Central Division, they've been on a roll of late. They've got so much firepower up front, and Wassilin was a part of that. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what direction this goes. I think Noah Reid should fit in fine with this Niagara Ice Dogs team, and he'll likely be back for next season with Wassilin. I think he returns next year with the London Knights, but that's where it's like, why isn't there a conditional pick? I mean, we see that quite often with OHL trades involving players of this caliber, that you want to have that conditions that if so and so returns next season, then we would get, say, a third round pick or a fourth round pick. I'm kind of surprised that maybe there's no second round picks involved in this deal. So Niagara, uh, yeah, it's a tough spot if you're a Niagara Ice Dogs fan seeing Waselin go like this. But like I said, Noah Reid, he is a pretty, a pretty solid player here who was drafted in the National Hockey League. So it's great to see that he's going to be able to play for his hometown team. I'm just surprised Niagara didn't get more. Now, the other thing that is interesting is how many times the Niagara Ice Dogs and London Knights have been involved in trades, because these two teams, sometimes it feels like they're connected at the hip. So if we look back at their trade history over the last 2 seasons, the most recent trade was back on September 4th. So last month, the Ice Dogs acquired Liam Spencer from the Knights for a 6th-round pick in 2026. So Spencer, a larger defenseman, that was a question mark coming into this season, was defense and goaltending. So Niagara bringing in Liam Spencer. If you go back to June 19th, so back in the offseason, Max Crete was traded to London in exchange for the rights of Jacob Monks and a 9th-round pick in 2028. We now know that Monks is signed with the Ice Dogs following that trade. That was the first trade really involving the Niagara Ice Dogs when there was all that uncertainty with everything that's been going on with the organization, with everything that happened in the second half of last year. Then you go back to a year ago, so November 26, 2024. The Ice Dogs picked up Blake Aerosmith from the London Knights in exchange for a third-round pick in 2026, a third in 2028, and a sixth in 2025. So Niagara gave up quite a bit for Blake Aerosmith. And yeah, like I said, I'm kind of surprised we didn't see any draft picks involved in this trade with Waselin and Reid. November 9th, 2023, so 2 seasons ago, they acquired Brodie Crane from the London Knights for Chris O'Flaherty, a third round pick in 25, a third round pick in 27, and a fourth in 2026. Braidy Crane didn't last long with the Ice Dogs. Eventually, was flipped to the Guelph Storm. And then at the start of the 2023-24 season, the Ice Dogs acquired Ryan Humphrey and Matthew Paris from the Knights in exchange for Juan Copeland, a second round pick in 2026, a third round pick in 2026. So some big picks sent out for Humphrey, who ended up leaving, and then Matthew Paris, who played last season with the Ice Dogs. He moved on from the organization. And then at the start of last year, let me just scroll down here to my notes. September 5th, 2023, the Ice Dogs acquired Connor Federkow and Mike Levin from the London Knights in exchange for a third and a fifth. So looking at the trades in the past, uh, yeah, I'm really surprised that the Niagara Ice Dogs didn't get more for Braidy Wassilyn, considering the assets they've given away in the past, the London Knights, for some players who either didn't last long or were traded the following season. Example, Blake Aerosmith, who, of course, was traded in the offseason to the Sioux Greyhounds. So, yeah, I'm a little surprised by this deal. The London Knights getting a fantastic prospect who will likely be selected in the first round of the upcoming draft, and a Knights team that's turned it around. They're right now chasing the Kitchener Rangers for top spot in the Midwest Division after they had that 0-4 start. They've now points in 9 consecutive games, and now just getting a little bit better up front with Braidy Wassilyn joining the picture. So if you're a fan of either the Ice Dogs or the Knights, let me know in the comments section down below your thoughts on this trade. Now, some great news if you're a Barrie Colts fan. Emil Hemming has been sent back from the Texas Stars. He was with the Dallas Stars camp and then eventually sent down to Texas to the American Hockey League. He appeared in 5 games, no points. He was a -1. And my understanding is if Hemming was going to stay with the Texas Stars, he would have to fight for a job, as there's a lot of veterans on that team. But it's okay for him to come back to junior. He is going to probably be on that top line for the Barrie Colts, probably on a wing with Cole Beaudoin. We'll see that as soon as tomorrow night when the Barrie Colts are in Brantford. So for the Colts, who snapped that 6-game losing streak on Saturday, getting a little more help on the offense with Emil Hemming coming back. So big news there for the Barrie Colts. And finally, the CHL Top 10 rankings were released for today. And the Ontario Hockey League well represented at the top. The Brantford Bulldogs rated the top team in the country, followed by the Windsor Spitfires, who are number 2 in the CHL Top 10 rankings. And then the Kitchener Rangers, they're 7th. And the London Knights, who've been on a roll of late, they're number 10 in the CHL Top 10 rankings. So the London Knights returning to the CHL Top 10 after a bit of a hiatus since the first week of the rankings. So, yeah, a quick news video here, but still a little shocked by the return for Braidy Wassilyn. When I heard there was a potential trade in the pipeline, I kind of thought it'd be a pretty big package going to the Niagara IceDogs from the London Knights. But, yeah, it's just a 1-for-1. Braidy Wassilyn for Noah Reid. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this deal. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Talk to you again soon.